Here's what you need to do to start getting more Google reviews today. Hey, I'm Ryan. I work with plumbing, HVAC, and home service companies to grow their business. And unless you've been living under a rock, reviews are really important to growing your business. You might say that they're gold. They're important for LSA rankings, for Google My Business rankings, Google Business Profiles, organic rankings, customer referrals, repeat customers. All these things are influenced by reputation. So it's a big deal. So here's what we're going to do to get more reviews. Take notes. You're going to want to walk this through all day, every day. And to make sure we're all on the same page, it's not really about the tool. You can use a tool like Bird Eye or Podium or whatever else. They're all fine. The real thing is you need to make sure this is baked into your company processes. If you do that, all the tools work better. If you don't have it baked in your company processes, all the tools are going to perform about the same. Let's go. All right. First thing you're going to do, you're going to put this in the CSR script when they answer the phone. The CSR wants to put the idea in the customer's mind they're going to get 5-star service. This is an idea called anchoring. It tells the customer what they can expect. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, so glad to be able to help you out. Our technicians will arrive out. We're always going to aim to deliver 5-star service. Our technicians are fully trained. Our vans are fully stocked, blah, 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 blah. Put that in the customer's mind from the very first conversation. The customer should expect to get 5-star service. That's step one. Step number two, you want to automate a trigger when the technician is on the way to the customer's house. If you're using an FSM like Service Titan or House Call Pro, this is usually baked into the process, but put in the technician's reputation rankings themselves. You can do this really easily with those softwares, but say, hey, this is a technician. They have a 4.9 ranking, whatever. You want to make sure that the customer knows that they're going to expect to do a 5-star job. And most of the time, this technician does amazing work. Third thing, once a tech arrives at their house, the first thing they're going to do, knock on the customer's door, and while putting on their booties, yes, you need to wear booties, the technician's going to say, hey, just so you know, it's my job today to give you 5-star service. If for any reason you don't feel like you're getting 5-star service, stop me, let me know what I need to do. This is another point of anchoring. The tech is literally saying, I'm going to ask you for a 5-star review. I'm going to aim to get 5-star service. We're going to make this happen. 4, after the job is done, the tech's going to walk to the customer. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, is there any reason you don't feel like you got 5-star service? If Mr. and Mrs. Smith says, no, stop what you're doing, fix it, make it right. Full stop. Make whatever it is right. I don't care if that's cleaning up your tools or sweeping the mess or taking the dog on a walk. Make the customer happy and say, yes, you did 5-star service. At that point, ask for the review. The trick is to make this where it's personally important to the technician, whoever's asking. Customers get asked for reviews all the time. Most of the time they get ignored. But if the text says, hey, it would really mean a lot to me if you take a second and leave a review for us. This is really one of the best ways. My boss knows that we're doing a good job or our team's doing a contest. Make it personally important for the tech doing the ask. And here's where the magic happens. It will take you 30 seconds to leave a review. And I have about 4 minutes of work to finish up in the van before I move on. You'll be done before I will. What you're doing is telling the customer, I'm going to send you a link to leave a review. I'm going to see you again in 4 minutes. At this point, the tech can go out to the truck. They can do whatever they want. Catch up on email, play a game of solitaire, don't care. But what you're doing is forcing another moment where the customer has to look you in the eye after saying, yes, you did 5-star worthy service, and saying you're going to ask them for the review. You can automate this tool within whatever sort of platform. That's, again, really not the point. The point is the ask. The ask is the most important part. After that's done, come back in, thank Mr. and Mrs. Smith for the review, and move on. Now, that said, you do want to take all the friction away from the customer in this process. So while it's true that the actual software might not matter much, you do want to make it as easy as possible. You don't want the customer clicking around or searching for things, or go on your website and then go to this tab and then click here. Stop, text it to them, make it easy. If you want to use a QR code, I don't care. Take away points of friction so the customer has no excuse not to leave a review. So at this point, you've anchored, you've reminded, you've anchored, you put it on the radar that you're going to ask again. Then, assuming all things was right, you actually ask for the review, use some sort of tool to make it easy for the customer. Chances are you're going to get 80% of the reviews you ask for. Ask for reviews. There's no excuse. Do this. Start today. Start seeing more reviews come in. And hey, if you're wanting to grow your home service business, you're going to want to keep following this page for more tips.